Trust unlocks energy. So the issue of trusting ourselves is really connected to purpose. We need energy to fulfill our purposes. Hi beautiful people. Hi, this is Hlolo Mavelani and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. And on this channel, I talk about how as dreamers, entrepreneurs, as people searching for purpose, how can we enjoy our journey, the meantime, the in-between, the great thing and the mundane. So thank you so much for joining. Today I want to talk about something that's been like a switch to energy in my life. It's the small things, right? It's literally, I think that's the best analogy. Like a lot of us have potential and a lot of energy in us, but we just need a switch to be turned on for that power to flow. Something very subtle that for me has unlocked a lot of energy. Trust. Learning to trust myself. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself? Do you trust yourself?
Nope.
I thought I trusted myself. I really did. I realized that I was actually okay with disappointing myself in my secret space. So imagine this. Imagine you had a friend who, you and them, you decide, you know what, we're going to start gym. I'll go with gym because that's like something a lot of us attempt. You decide, I'm going to start gym. We're going to start gym together. And they are the ones who are going to pick you up every morning, 6 o'clock, and you guys head to gym together. You go, you sign up together. Day one, 6 o'clock, they're there. They pick you up. You go have a good session. Next day, they're like, yo, oh man, you know what? I had a bad night, but let's do it again tomorrow, 6 o'clock. I'll be there. Day one is cool. Day two, same thing. They're like, lots of work, but I just won't make it today. So how about tomorrow? I'll be there. I'll pick you up. All right. Day three, they're like, oh man, you know what? It's actually just a bad week. We didn't have a good start. How about we start again next week? Next week's different story, same thing. By day six, you've lost something. What have you lost? What have you lost in that friend? You've lost confidence. You've lost confidence. You have no energy to get up, get ready, tie your shoelaces, and await them because you've lost something. You've lost trust. Unfortunately, a lot of us are that kind of friend to ourselves. So we keep giving ourselves little empty promises. We keep saying things in our secret place, our inner world. You say to yourself, I am going to drink 2 liters of water tomorrow. I'll take that example. Tomorrow comes, you've consciously said this, and then you don't drink 2 liters of water. What does that say to yourself? Well, it says that the things that I say to myself, I don't really mean. So to your whole being, your subconscious, the space in your mind that solves problems, the energy that is supposed to be unlocked to make things happen, when you say stuff, that energy slowly dies and it gets crippled. Because you are efficient. Your brain is efficient. It's not going to waste energy on things that are not going to be done. So if you tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to be drinking 2 liters of water, and you have the habit of actually doing what you tell yourself you will do, then what begins to happen is that when you say something, it carries the weight of unlocking. It's able to switch on that switch and release energy. There's a verse in the Bible that says, they that trust in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Trust unlocks energy. Okay? So, when I realized that I had trust issues with myself, I realized that the less I trusted myself, the less hope I actually had. Because the ambitions that I would speak within myself, my subconscious knew that what I said I did not mean. And it created this lack of hope, a hopelessness in me that grew, manifest in different ways, anxiety, depression, lots of things, but essentially there was an element in there that says, what you say, you don't mean. And so, for whatever reason, as a starting point, there was a challenge in my ability to make decisions and follow through, just to decide on something. So, what to do? What to do? You're like, okay, I don't trust myself. What am I going to do? So, if you don't trust yourself, don't worry. There's a way of building trust. I'm learning to trust myself. I'm growing in that. I'm not perfect, but I am very conscious now that I want my words to myself to unlock the energy that I need to follow through. The power to make decisions comes with getting that initial energy to do something about it, right? So the first thing I'd say is that I realize that when it comes to things or decisions or things that I want to do, the first step is really around desire. Tomorrow, you hear something about, drinking water is good for you. You need to start drinking water. And then you're like, great, tomorrow. And you say to yourself, you know what? That's it. Tomorrow I'm starting to drink 2 liters of water. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy. You haven't even let this thing sink in you. Chances are you're not going to drink that 2 liters of water and you're going to be lying to yourself. So I guess step 1 is stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. Don't be in a rush to make a decision. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. That's what the good book says. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. So even to yourself, don't be quick to make promises to yourself. So I would say then, the next thing I've learned to do is after I stopped just making so many promises and living with so much conflict of hypocrisy inside of me, the next thing that I did was, instead of saying tomorrow, I'm starting with drinking 2 liters of water. What I instead did, and I do, is that tomorrow I will start cultivating this desire. So I've just heard this revolutionary idea, drinking water changes your life, your body. So tomorrow I tell myself, the promise I can make and that I know I can fulfill is that I am going to start growing this desire so that I can grow the why. So commit to growing the desire of the thing that you want so that you can ground a desire in a strong why. The next thing that I do is that I'm not perfect at this, I'm starting to grow, and heal from those lies I keep telling myself. And the next thing I do is I cultivate the why, the desire, and ground it in a why. And the next thing is that I really sit back and start deciding on small little milestones. So I'm not going to start with 2 liters. I'm going to start with 500 mils. Tomorrow I'm drinking 500 mils. Then I drink a liter. Then my mind is like, this girl, when she says she's doing something, she's outperforming. So the energy that is released when I make decisions, when I make decisions is increased, because it's like, this girl, we can trust this girl, So my body and its efficiency is like, let's give more energy to this goal, So set little milestones. That really, really helps. And what I've done in my life is that I realize that I'm full of lies or just over promising, And so what I've done is that I've really brought it down to very simple, little everyday tasks, like drinking water, so that I can start healing my self-expectation, so that I can start releasing energy when I need to. And so, like I said, the first thing, desire. Say the desire, and start grounding and grooming the desire in a strong why. The next thing is then to start doing little things towards this greater desire that you have. So you're not drinking 2 liters tomorrow, you're drinking 500 mils. You're not going to gym every day, you're going to go to gym once a month. It sounds ridiculous. It's like, I'm aiming low, I'm reaching high. No, Let your yes be yes, let your no be no. This really unlocks energy. And you sort of cap the disappointment that you keep, this disappointment. The next thing would be, you don't have to do it alone. I emphasized in the previous video that we are connected. For whatever reason, our design is that we sort of don't mind disappointing ourselves, but when we are out in the public, to the people we are connected to, we sort of show up a bit more. So don't be afraid to get help. In fact, get help as soon as possible. Don't do this journey alone. You know, in my church circles, we have this thing called accountability, which is great because it says that, sometimes you're not willing, you're willing to disappoint yourself. You don't mind. But there's a weight that you carry and an energy that is unlocked, when you're accountable to more than just yourself. So having people help you unlocks a certain kind of energy. So call on people, say, hey, call me every day, 6 o'clock, join a gym group, be the one who collects people, then it's more weight on you to actually wake up and go collect people. So create habits of accountability that are outside of you that will really help in you beginning to fulfill the promises and do the things that you actually want to do. So the last thing is, you don't have to do it alone. Even the journey of starting to trust yourself, you can bring in other people to actually help you. So the issue of trusting ourselves is really connected to purpose. We need energy to fulfill our purposes. We need energy to fulfill our purposes. So trusting ourselves is critical because we need energy to fulfill our purposes. And I'm going to stop right there. And I hope that you are enjoying this content. I hope that you can like and share to those that you think will benefit as well. And I can't wait to hear how you build your trust relationships with yourselves. Start small, build up, unlock that energy so we can enjoy our journeys. All right. Thank you so much. Cheers. Bye.